everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again with the second of this week's reviews. If you missed it, I've got a video up with the first review of Capolonia in Greece by FSTG. Be sure to check that out, and also please like and subscribe if you want to find out more about when I release videos. I release at least 2 a week, sometimes a few more. I'm actually going to schedule 3 this week, but I'll notify you near the end of the video what else we're going to look at. But for the moment, we're looking at what I think is a little bit of a gem of a airport here. We are in Iran, of all places, and this is RAMSAR International Airport in Mazandaran Province in Iran. Oscar India November Romeo. It's a payware scenery by Fun of Flying. It's a new developer that I've not heard of before, and they very kindly sent me a copy of this so that I could review it for you. We're looking at version 1.1, and it's for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. No indication yet as to whether it will make it to Xbox, but there's every possibility that it might do. The download is 349 meg, and it installs at 831 meg, so just under a gig. It's currently available from Sim Market, and the price €13.20, which equates to roughly $14.26 US, or £11.29 UK. As ever, those prices are all estimates from the euro, and they include VAT or tax, which of course could vary depending on the country of purchase. Okay, so RAMSAR has no features listed by the author, so we'll go straight into the history. So RAMSAR International Airport, Oscar India November Romeo, is a public use international airport owned by the government of Iran and operated by the Iran Airports Company. The airport is located 1.6 miles or 2.5 kilometers southeast of the city of RAMSAR in Mazandaran Province in the state of Iran. The airport sits in a prime location on the edge of the Caspian Sea, some 87 miles or 140 kilometers north of the state capital Tehran. RAMSAR was one of the popular cities of northern Iran during the Pahlavi era, and the airport was constructed to serve tourists visiting the city. Mohammad Reza Shah and other Pahlavi family members also had palaces in RAMSAR, therefore the airport was built to serve the former royal family of Iran and foreign officials visiting the Shah from the state capital Tehran. The airport also established special flights for employees of the National Iranian Oil Company to bring them from Ahvaz in the south of the country up to RAMSAR in the north. Nowadays, RAMSAR International Airport is used for private charters and flights along the Caspian Sea coasts, as well as weekly public flights to Tehran and Mashhad. RAMSAR Airport is reported to be one of the most beautiful airports in the country, with runways close to the Caspian Sea and the Alborz Mountains surrounding the airport on the other side. The airport is served by both Iran Air, the national airline, and Iran Azeman Airlines, Iran's third largest airline, currently banned from operating within European airspace due to its failure to meet safety regulation standards in the EU. So there you are, folks, a brief history. As you can see, the airport is nicely modelled from this view, and of course a beautiful location on the edge of the Caspian Sea. So that's the history for you. Let's look at runways now. So runways, and as you can see, I've lowered the lighting. It's now 5:30 in the evening local time. It's February 2024. RAMSAR Airport operates 2 runways. Runway 1230, that's the one we're looking at straight ahead now, being the longest and the main runway, measuring 7,448 feet or 2,270 meters. The smaller runway 1331 measures just 4,918 feet or 1,499 meters. Both runways are made from asphalt. Now you need to be careful because the airport lies below sea level at an elevation of minus 66 feet or minus 20 meters, and it also sits within the GMT UTC plus 3 hours and 30 minutes time zone. Now Iran does not observe daylight saving time or DST, and so the airport's currently 3 hours and 30 minutes ahead of the UK. So when you're setting your altimeters and the QNH here, be aware of the fact that the airport is below sea level. Now both ends of each runway feature high intensity runway lighting, and as at the moment you can see we've got quite nice lighting. We've also got runway end identifier lights on this runway, plus we've got a display threshold. Now this runway 12 is used for takeoffs only, which is what I can find on the charts. So while we're here, let's back up and look at runway 13. So here we are looking down the slope to runway 13, the shorter runway, obviously used for GA aircraft and other aircraft able to utilise this runway. Can't find out much about the lighting effects on this runway. It's pretty much the same as the main runway in as much as it has high intensity runway lighting. There are no PAPIs and no other precision guidance options here either. What we will do for these runways, let's look at approach options. So runway 12, this one here, is used for takeoffs only. So you can taxi down here and then do a takeoff, which is fine. Obviously you've got no precision approach path indicators on either runway here, so there are no approaches made to this runway. That's the information I can find out from the charts and other sources. Runway 30, the other end of this main runway, is used for landings, which I find quite interesting, and I'll show you why in a minute. Now runway 31 and 30, both at the other end here, have NDB approach options. And runway 12, should you ever need to land here and not use the other option, the other end because of wind for example, it does have an unspecified NDB approach option chart. So there are instrument approaches available to this airport, but no instrument landing system, no RNAV or RMPRE options. And as far as I can tell from my research, this airport operates in VMC only, in other words visual meteorological conditions. I would imagine there might be issues at night time. There may well be night closures, but that's the limit of what I can really find. So let's go down the other end and have a look at runway 30, which is the other end of this runway, which is used for landings. So here we are looking down the slope to runway 30. It's the other end of the longer runway, and as you can see the lighting is as per the charts, and you've got the runway end identifier lighting system here. Now this runway has precision approach path indicators on the left. Now the reason I say that this was a bit interesting is obviously look, you've got obstructions literally right in front of the runway, so you're going to have to get your approach really pretty much right. Obviously you've got the PAPIs to help you with vertical guidance, which is a big help to put you down in the touchdown zone here, and as long as you follow that guidance you'll be well clear of these obstructions. But it is rather interesting that they build a runway literally right in front of these obstructions here. So that's runway 30, the other end of the longer runway, for landings only according to the charts. Let's go have a look at 31 on the other side there. So here's runway 31, the shorter runway, the other end, and again PAPI's on the left side, so you've got vertical guidance. So in each case, both of these runways, landings go to the north only, and departures go from the other end there. As you can see, once again, high intensity runway lighting, runway end identifier lighting, which isn't on the charts for these runways, but it's in the scenery, which is fine. And you've got PAPIs on the left, so you have vertical guidance for landing on both of these runways. So runway 31 and 30, this runway and the one we just looked at there, have NDB approach options. And runway 12, that's there, has an unspecified NDB approach option only, should it be necessary to make an approach from this end, say due to wind for example. And according to the charts and the information I can find, the airport operates only in VMC or visual meteorological conditions. So yeah, interesting place to land at, certainly during the darkness hours, and I can't find any information about whether the airport is 24 hours or whether it closes. But what is interesting is that it does specify landing and takeoff directions. And remember, the airport is below sea level, quite well below sea level, some 66 feet, so something to be aware of. So that does it for runways. Again, no jetways at this airport, so let's get down to the airport proper and have a look and see what we can see. Okay, as you can see, a really lovely airport sitting in the mountains there. So let's start a low-level tour taking us from this end across the ramp. It's just a really nice little scene. I'm a bit perturbed by the fact that that truck does actually go out on the runway, although it does return, it doesn't go all the way down. But as you can see, it's a really nice little airport, lovely modelling. From the photographs I've looked at, it's accurate as per the normal airport itself. But it really is beautiful. There's the fuel farm. Now we're coming across the land side. And we've got people down there too. Everything that we'll look at in a moment, all sort of as it were. And it just looks nice, doesn't it? It really does. Here's the airport entrance. There's those beautiful mountains in the background. Very, very nice indeed. Very quaint little airport here. Here you've got a GAN there, nicely modelled with some bits and pieces. All looks very nice. And some nice little additions here, the little bridge there. And they've got the gully here where the river goes under the runway. So here we've got some boats out in the bay. And here you've got the seawall that goes all the way down alongside the runway. It's going to be a beautiful approach coming in here during the daytime in weather like this. So coming across the main runway to the smaller runway, you can see blue airfield edge lights there. The appropriate signage, there's a runway marker to the left there. I mean, I would assume you'd come out of the parking area and then turn left and go right the way down the shorter runway to the takeoff position. Windsock on the right there. It all looks really nice. I was trying to work out what that is. It's actually a hang glider. It's very nicely modelled. Okay, some close-up shots of the ramp, which is what you pilots will want to see. Here's my aircraft parked on stand 1. And you can see the ramp is nicely marked out. I love the way the building's done. It's just as per the images I've been able to find. And as you can see, we've got internal development, which we will look at in a moment. But some nice modelling. There you've got baggage cart there on the right hand side. In the distance you can see the fire station there. And we've got the airside landside boundary fence. And in general, just a really nice view here on the ramp. It does look very nice, very pleasant. There's the control tower on the top. Let's have a look. So looking very nice from the outside, slightly misted glass. We've got figures inside, which is good. And there we are looking out from the inside. Okay, not fully developed. You've got a stairwell here with no sort of gap in the floor for it, and you've got the controllers there, but you've got no screens other than this one here. But that's okay. This is obviously as far as they've wanted to go to develop it. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like in the dusk hours as well. But there you can see the airside part of the building. You've got the RAMSAR Airport sign in English and in Farsi, which is the Iranian language, and you've got floodlights here too. But it all looks nice. I really like it. So here once again you've got various bits of clutter, stairways, baggage carts and things, all with the RANAIR logo on them, which is nice, really nice. Power units down here, there's a truck, and a nicely modelled building here, complete with weathering and air conditioning units. And just a closer look at the building there, you can see some pallets down there, various bits and pieces lying all over the place, which is fine. And here you can see the baggage conveyor, where bags, I'm not sure if they go into arrivals or out. I think they go in, because you've got the thing here with the terminal. So they're dropping the bags off, they go in on the conveyor and passengers collect them. Have a look inside there in a moment. Well, there you've got the water tower, and again this nice little building here, really nicely modelled. Really no complaints about the modelling and the weathering. It's nice, it's lovely. Here's the hang gliding kite, a very nice little touch. I don't know if it exists at the real airport. Again, I can't find much in the way of information, which is probably to be expected considering that Iran isn't really open to the rest of the world at the moment. But a lovely model nonetheless, very nice indeed. But staying airside for a bit, let's have a look at the GA area here. So you've got various people there enjoying snacks. Here's the airfield gates. And you've got the hangar there with an aircraft inside and a couple of people. So there's a close-up look at this little GA hangar. Again, nice modelling, no complaints at all. And a couple of Cessnas there with the engineer in attendance. So here's a little close-up of this area here. I assume these are probably the offices of the fixed base operator that exists here for GA flights. Yeah, it's nice. Nothing much to say about it. It's just a nice touch to see it added to the scenery. Again, it just gives a little bit of ambience and atmosphere to have people here. Okay, so now let's head landside and have a look at landside. So here's the car park. Car models are okay, nothing to write home about, but we've got taxis that are Iranian modelled and coloured, and again various people standing out here and there just to bring the airport to life a bit. I mean, this has been nicely done, I really like it. Everything right down to the foliage, really, really good. Go across the fence, have a look at the fire station. Okay, some default models, but the inside of the fire station has been modelled as well. And yeah, it looks nice, it really does. That's just a couple of quick shots inside the fire station. You can see he's even added the fire extinguishers and the various cloaks and hoses. And there you go, very nice indeed. So there you can see the fuel farm, and here you've got this small petrol station in front of us. And there, looking across the fence, once again you've got this conveyor belt system thing here, where baggage goes in or out. I believe this is where it goes out to the aircraft. Right, so let's look inside the terminal, and I believe from what I can see here, actually this looks like the arrivals end because of the way these carousels are. Let's go in and have a look. Yeah, so this must be arrivals because we've got an exit sign there, which means people come in, grab their bags and go out. Okay, minimal work here, not as detailed as you might expect. You've got screens but you've got nothing on them. But you've got the odd people here and there, and you've got baggage trolleys again with appropriate Iranian signage on them. And there we are looking across here. We've got the arrivals part here, various seats and people sitting down. It's nice, it's fine. So let's do a little tour, have a look. Vending machine there to the right with a person accessing it. It's nice, it's simplified, but it's nice. Okay, so you've got a gate there. So technically we're supposed to be airside, so somewhere along here there should be a security check. In fact, there it is. Again, simple modelling, nothing too elaborate. But yeah, really nice, no problem at all. So obviously they come into the terminal and they get screened, whether they're coming in to depart or check in or whatever. It all gets done before they actually enter the building. All is very nice. As I said, quite simplified. Nothing too substantial, although here we've got signage and we've got hoardings as well. Right, so these are the check-in bays. Right, that's it. And so the baggage would go through there and out to the other side, which is what we saw first time round. So here we are on the upper level, and again quite simplified, but you know it works, it's okay. There's a little cafe there to the right, various seating so you can sit and look out. It's all very nice. Very pleasant inside. Yeah, lovely, very pleasant. It's all very sort of simplified, nothing fantastic, but it works and it looks nice. So I have a little tour from outland side. Again, you've got the slightly misted glass so you can see in there into the interior, and we have one or two people here. It's really nice, very nice indeed. So here's the entrance, and you've got again people sitting around, all of which adds to the atmosphere and ambience, makes it very, it really does add to an airport scenery. It just brings it to life a bit. And here's the airport entrance proper that comes in from the main road. Very nice. And there's a high level overview shot showing you the airport from landside looking towards the sea. It's lovely, no complaints at all. So that was it during the daytime. Let's turn the lighting down and have a look at the lighting. Okay, 20 to 6 in the evening, 1740. It's February 2024, and here we are, the same shot looking from landside across the airport towards the sea, and the lights came on about 4 minutes ago. Now from this side, lots of asobo glows floating around, which to some extent is to be expected. I mean, this is a lovely airport, but quite simplified. It's not at the level of detail of some of our big suppliers, but it's a really nice airport. Yeah, and this looks really good. So let's get down to the ramp and have a look and see what it looks like. So here we are on the main ramp, and as you can see, the building is lit really well. No asobo globes on the airport here properly. The ramp is lit by the huge lights at the top there, and you can see inside the terminal, which is a very nice effect. And there's the side of the building where the bags get delivered to the baggage dollies to go out to the aircraft. And here's the GA apron here. So not much lighting inside the GA hangar there to the left, but it works, it's fine. And it's nice to see this area lit here. Here goes our truck. So here we are looking into the building from the airside ramp, and you can see you've got this misted glass, which really looks nice. Here's the check-in area inside. And there we are looking across the terminal. As you can see, plenty of lighting, no problem at all there. And there's the arrivals end of the building. I mean, it just looks nice. It just looks nice. The foliage, the way it's designed, it's just beautiful. And for those of you who might be interested, here's the view from the flight deck. This is what you'll see when you park up on stand 1. View from the captain's side, and the view from the first officer's side. And here you can see the taxiway lighting and the various signage. All looks pretty good. So there's the fuel farm, partial lighting in the dusk hours. And there's the fire station. And again, it's you know, it's simplified, but it's nicely done. The lighting is subtle in the right places. You've got the sign here in Farsi, and here you've got this building here, which is kind of nondescript, but it's been nicely modelled, and it looks really nice. There's a nice effect at the dusk hours. And there's a nice shot showing you land side of the terminal at dusk. And again, you can see inside the terminal, the whole area, it just has a nice effect. You've got 1 or 2 people, some taxis there. It looks great, it really does. There's the airport main entrance. And here you can see the security check right in front of the building. So when you go in, you go through and get screened. So everybody inside the terminal's been screened, no matter whether they're passengers, meeters and greeters, or anything else. And there you can see the inside of the control tower is lit as well. Very nice. Okay, so let's look at taxiway signage briefly. Here you can see the entrance to the runway there. No green centre line lights, but you've got blue airfield edge lights, which should help you enormously. You've got the flag, the windsock there to the left. Unfortunately, you've got this truck that goes onto the runway, but it does, I believe, actually turn off here, so it doesn't go the entire length of the runway. As many of you know who watch my videos, you know I've got a bit of a bugbear about vehicles going up and down runways. You really wouldn't want to encounter this when you're trying to make an approach. But from what I can tell, there's not much you can do about it. So there's a look back from the just the other side of the runway towards the parking area, and you've got those beautiful mountains in the background. This really is a nice airport and a nice location. So here we're looking down towards the 2 runway ends. You've got the Caspian Sea to the right there, and the city of RAMSAR is a couple of miles up here. And now we are looking in the other direction. Oh, it's a beautiful scene. It really is. Okay, so that was dusk. Let's drop it right down to night time now. Okay, 10 PM local time, and there you can see the main parking ramp is very well lit. You'll need your nose gear light to taxi off the runway and up the taxiway here, but once you get to this point here, you've got no problems at all. It's very nice indeed. There we're looking towards the threshold there of runway 12 here, and runway 13 here. This is your takeoff runway, so you taxi down here and take off. And there's the other end, runway 30 there, up threshold to the left, and you've got the main highway there that goes down the coast. So here we are, a couple of quick shots around the ramp, landside and airside, just so you can see what it looks like at night. It looks good, doesn't it? It's really nice. It's not overly bright. It's a white building, so you'd expect it to reflect the light in the way that it does. And there's the other end, and again you can see well inside through the glass. I just think it looks nice. Another quick view from the cockpit. As I said, I don't know about the operating hours of this airport, whether it is actually 24 hours. There's nothing in the information that I can find. You are going to have limits, I think, going in here in the darkness hours. You've got NDB approaches only, and you've got PAPIs, which are the only vertical guidance you have. But it'll be, it'll be a challenge. But nothing to say that it can't be done. And a quick shot landside there, showing you the here you've got the taxis, all nicely coloured again with the details written in Farsi. And it's just nice. It's a very simple little airport scenery that's been done to quite a good level of detail. And what makes it nice, brings it to life a bit, is the addition of people. I can't stress that enough. So many sceneries have done absolutely incredible detail, but the absence of people just makes it like a ghost town. But that's not the case with this airport. And yeah, very nice there. You've got some people sitting there. Again, the lights provide the right amount of light in the right places. It's only when you get off airport a bit that you see the Asobo globes. There's the main entrance. I mean, it all looks pretty good, really. So that's night time for you. Let's bring the dawn up. Okay, 7:15 in the morning, and you can see the lighting is just beginning to sort of go out here. And again, you have the lovely red glow on the buildings as the sun comes up. And there's a nice view with the sun rising over the Caspian Sea in the east in the distance, and the mountains to the right. Very nice indeed. Okay, 8:30 in the morning, and time to wrap this review up and give you my thoughts. Is it worth the money? Which is the question that most people will ask me. It's a resounding yes. Just under 14 euros, just under $15, £12 UK, all including tax, by the way. It's lovely. It's a nice airport sitting in a nice prime location, beautiful by the sea. Challenging for you pilots if you want to do it, because you've got no ILS and no RMP. These are all NDB approaches. So for those of you who want to come in here, it's going to be a challenge, and sufficient of a challenge, I think, maybe to make this worthwhile. Okay, it's Iran. Not many flights go into here, certainly from outside the country. But I like it. The level of modelling is nice, and visually it's a very pleasing place. And it's somewhere, somewhere I'd certainly like to visit, certainly in the simulator. And maybe we'll do a flight in here from somewhere, I don't know. But I think the quality of modelling is good. It's simplified in many areas, but that doesn't detract, I think, from the beauty of the airport. But it does make the price about right. Obviously, with a deeper modelling and much more detail, I would expect the price to go up a little bit. There's a certain balance between price and the amount of work that goes into a project. And actually, there's quite a lot of work that's gone in here. I haven't really got any criticisms at all. I suppose really it's difficult because of the lack of information to find about this airport. I suppose if I was looking to improve this, I would like to see a few more people, just a few more people, maybe a couple of families out landside. I'd like to see the control tower developed a little bit more. You've got a couple of guys in there, but the screens have no content, so it'd be nice if they could develop that a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more of the inside development. Again, you've got various screens, but nothing on them. and you've got a couple of check-in desks at one end, but there are no agents there to check the people in, or no people waiting to be checked in. So little things like that add to the ambience and atmosphere of the place. Unfortunately, you're always going to get this. I see this everywhere, where you get these vehicles going onto the runway. But in any event, thankfully, this isn't the main runway that you'd be using. The longest runway is the one that you'd be using, so that's a bit of a help. This essentially probably would be a taxiway. But everywhere you look, it's a nice little scenery with some nice touches. The hang glider is quite impressive. And again, all the buildings, all of the writing is in both English and Farsi, which adds to the realism. And the entrance area here, landside, just looks very nice. And the whole place sits in a wonderful location. So yeah, I like it, and I'd recommend it. It's an unusual, it's a little gem of an airport, out somewhere where we probably, as simmers, we probably wouldn't look at. But the Iranian simmers amongst you are going to love this. I think it's beautiful. So there you go, folks. RAMSAR International Airport in Mazandaran Province in Iran. Oscar India November Romeo. A payware scenery by Fun of Flying, and this is version 1.1 for the PC version of FlightSim 2020. Download 349 meg and installs 831 meg. Currently available from SimMarket for €13.20, which equates to roughly $14.26 US, or £11.29 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are all estimates from the euro, and they do include tax or VAT, which may vary depending on your country of purchase. It's a really nice little airport. My thanks to the guy at Fun and Flying. I can't remember his name at the moment. I haven't got the details in front of me. But my sincere thanks to him for sending me a copy, and I hope he's pleased with the review. I certainly like it, and look forward to other projects by him as well. So thank you for joining me, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you something to think about, something a bit different. Join me later in the week. We've got lots of reviews coming. We're looking at doing a review of the new Sofia Airport update, and also the Leeds Bradford Airport. Various reviews coming along, as well as more videos from my world tour, which is progressing so far. So thank you very much for joining me, for supporting the channel. If you like what I do, please consider maybe buying me a coffee. It's not very much. I'm a one-man band, and anything you do just helps me a lot. Really kind of you. Hope you enjoy the content. I'll see you in the next video. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, saying bye for now. See you again soon. Bye-bye.